Yo, so I just got finished playing a awesome game of Flesh and Blood on Katsu. I was playing against Kassai, and I had this opportunity to rip my combo, had an awesome opportunity, threw out the Ancestral Harmony, drew Mugenshi off the top. Ancestral buffs all of your attacks that have combo +1. And then I had the full bonds line available. So in Arsenal, I have a Descendant. Also, Be Like Water here gives me the opportunity to get Surging. Um, and so I did it, and then I was like, crap, I screwed that up. I asked if I could undo. Friendly Ghost was a friendly dude. I guess he's a friendly ghost. And he let me undo. I did it again, and I still
missed the optimal line, or at least it felt that way. Because there's so many options in Katsu, it can be hard to tell which one's going to be the best. And even if you do one that feels pretty good, there might still be a better one. So that's why I'm trying to figure out this puzzle thing. So I set this up like this. If you want, you can pause, try and decide what you think is going to be the best line. If you do, drop it in the comments. We can debate down there. But I'll get back to this in a minute. For now, let's talk about chess puzzles.
like chess puzzles are one of the best ways to get better at chess. They allow you to get straight to the meat and potatoes, the difficult stuff, and the interesting plays, and practice those so that when you get in a game, you can get through some of the, in between stuff and get when you get to these big important opportunities where you have either a line that you can force, a complicated strategy, something like that, you can make sure that you're playing the optimal line. Whatever. I'm not going to go through the chess puzzles. I'm going to get straight into it, and I'm going to show you how you can build your own Katsu puzzles. Um, so you find your Katsu deck. I'll put this one in the description, but this one's one of the best ones because the Mugenshi release lines are super complicated, and I will walk through that line. But if you set up a draw four like this, and you go, all right, I'm going to test this out using Surging Strike in Arsenal. So I throw it up here into a tab. Now I know this is my Arsenal card. I can reference it. I could pull it off, put it here. So that's an Arsenal. I'm going to draw. I'm going to draw. I think generally the way to do this is to assume that you have every card available in your graveyard. Just because it helps. If there's a narrower window of opportunity, you can just pick from within the narrower window. But the puzzle is like basically go on here, draw four, Surging Strike in Arsenal, Surging Strike here. I'm going to play this Surging Strike. I'm going to pitch this one. Then hope that it hits. If it does, I can use Ancestral Empowerment to help make it hit. And then I can exchange Legacy of Akaru if it does. In this case, I'm actually, this is not a line where I want to run that. But basically, you can just draw until you get a line where you go, okay, this totally makes sense. I'm going to run this line, and then you figure out what the combo is. I have set up a couple lines here so that I can walk you through it. So I play the Ancestral Harmony. I draw Mugenshi. This isn't banished. Now I've got Be Like Water, Lord of Wind, Bonds of Ancestry, and Descendant Gustwave. When this is happening, I'm seeing a huge opportunity because Mugenshi here gives me +1. It gets +1 as long as I play it after a Whelming Gustwave. And it gives me if this hits, search your deck for any number of cards named Lord of Wind, reveal them, put them into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So I can use Katsu Trigger, Mask of the Pouncing Lynx, and Bonds to grab Whelmings to make this hit, or to make this trigger active. At the very least, the go again is valuable. I am going to play this, and my expectation with playing this is that I'm going to need resources to be able to hit this. So I might as well use Lord of Wind. What I did in the matchup, if you watch it later, is I used Hardened Cross Trap, which turned out to be kind of silly because yeah, I get to save the resource, and I am really trying to rip off a big turn here, but it's not extra value because I need to spend a card to get the resources to pay for this. This also, the fact that I need to spend a card to get the resources to pay for this, or sorry, to pay for this, because this is the one that I want to be able to hit, helps indicate to me that Be Like Water should be a Katsu trigger, a Katsu target, rather than trying to play this, because then I'm still going to have to pay into this. If it hits, then this just hits for more. But because the Ancestral Harmony is up, I'm trying to go super wide. The more combo cards that I can hit, the better. So one of the potential targets for this type of turn with Ancestral Harmony hitting is a double bonds line. So for example, the way that the double bonds line works is I play Ancestral Harmony, it hits, I get Mugenshi. I pitch Lord of Wind to then play Descendant Gustwave. Then I play Bonds of Ancestry. At some point, hopefully by now, I've hit, although I still don't need to. With Bonds of Ancestry, I need to get a Gustwave. It doesn't matter which one. Um, so I'll get Gustwave of the Second Wind. If I get Whelming, I can try and like fish around this. So maybe we'll just leave this. It also depends on what's in your graveyard. But let's say I get Whelming. Now I'm going to send Whelming. Hopefully by now I'll have hit. If I hit, when I hit, I'm going to trigger Be Like Water. I'm going to trigger Katsu, Mask of the Pouncing Lynx, and Breeze Rider Boots. Because, oh, well, yeah, I guess hopefully by now something has hit. If he's managed to block everything up until this point, then I mean, maybe you're just shut down, but because if Breeze Rider doesn't get through, and he did have a ton of blocks, but ignoring that, so long as some of this gets through, I guess you just pass and you did a sort of powerful combo, but nothing crazy. So long as you are able to hit, you pop these three. Also, you still have Scar Wraps up to be able to try and push something over the top. So you'd have to overblock all of these. Anyways, when you do hit, Whelming Gustwave comes, Be Like Water goes to graveyard, so Be Like Water goes here. I get a Bonds. Bonds goes to hand. I still have two floating, remember. And then Bonds, and then off of Mask of Pouncing Lynx, I'm going to get another Whelming. And then Breeze Rider is just allowing this to have go again. So now I play the other Bonds. When that hits, I get something from the graveyard. I didn't have Retrace the Past available, but Retrace would be a great option. Also, if I've already fired off a Scar Wrap, Seek Vengeance could be good. Seek Vengeance is always a good option because, like, Gustwave of the Second Wind is going to get 4-5 off combo. Seek Vengeance, generally, you're going to be able to use this on it in order to send it to 5. But anyways, I'm going to grab Retrace the Past off of this second Bonds. After this second Bonds, I'm going to play Whelming Gustwave. Then I'm going to play Retrace the Past. I'm going to call it Whelming Gustwave. And then I'm going to play Mugenshi Release. This is a fully available line. So long as one of these things hits, and Scar Wraps probably is active. So realistically, this is just going to hit and fizzle. You'll use one of these resources to send this, and hopefully they've kept their stuff. Hopefully for them, they've kept blocking around. If not, you're going to get 2 more Lord of Winds. You're going to play 1. It's going to get basically you can add resources to the Lord of Wind to be able to make it do more damage. This is worth 2 here, 3 because of Harmony. So technically, I think the best thing to do is just play them out like that. And there's your third one. Here's the combo if you had run it like that. So 4, 5, 9, 13, 18, 21, 25, 26, 28, 37, 38. 38 damage. I had to break everything. But that is pretty disgusting. So, like, the key is not to figure out what's the most damage that you can possibly do. It's to run some practice and sort of figure out what is the best thing you can do with this hand. So here's another option. Like to put Surging Strike in Arsenal. Happy about that. Got whatever I want in my graveyard. So looking at this, what's the ideal line? So it's more straightforward when you're starting with Surging Strike. Throw up the Surging Strike. I'm going to break the Cross Trap. In this situation, Retrace the Past is like a good one. It's also a 0 cost. That, then Gust Wave of the second wind, then Bonds. One of these is going to hit, and if it does, then I am likely going to but I don't have enough money because I need to swing Edge of Autumn for Enact Vengeance to work. So that's not a line that works, and that's why we're here. But I hope that this is helpful. I think I'm going to do it a bit more, being able to sort of test out some options here. And I guess, by the way, there's a free software called PureRef. I use it all the time for my art, and it is a really good way to like run simulated stuff. You can just, it has an always on top mode. So you can stick it always on top, put the fabric behind it, and just drag cards in because they're just images. And then some of them are coming in with different sizes, which if you don't care, you don't care. But you can left click them and go images, normalize height. Now they're all card sized and you can lay them out however you want and sort of do your own chess puzzles. Like you can run it simulated in your head like I was showing you here, but if you want to bring stuff out, I would probably get an idea for a Arsenal card, then run through this and decide if it was something that you think you would try to run a combo or not. If you're not going to run a combo, a lot of these hands are pretty easy to solve. That's the game of Flesh and Blood. You're just going to play that in Talishar or whatever. So I would just keep going until you get a hand where you go, all right, this is totally a combo hand. And then you can build it out here or just simulate it in your head and play it out. I think that that's going to be super helpful. I'm going to be doing that this week, and then I'll have hopefully the last video. I mean, I'll keep playing Katsu, but I want to end the series of Noob to Ninja and be a ninja. But definitely some progress. Definitely outside of these complicated combo lines, I feel really good about stuff. And you'll see, like, I'm getting way more patient, and there's some big improvements in this video. So check it out. Let me know if it was helpful, and Thanks for watching. All right, let's see. Can we beat one of the best warriors in the format right now? The friendly ghost. What's up, Kaspa? By the way, running a slightly different list. Trying to hit Ancestral Harmonies and Breaktide. I don't know if I put that in. I think it's probably not in. Um, but yeah, we'll see. It's pretty straightforward. Starting off, let's get Gust Wave, retrace this, but that's not gonna hit. This maybe would have been a good arsenal target. It's a good starter. Um, I don't really. That was slightly not the best. Call it a vengeance of sort, and then we can use star wraps. At least telegraphically threaten it. So if you were to have a D-react, it would be bad. Um, but I don't want the chance that they're baiting is too high. Looks like no D-react. Okay, we got another gust wave. We got a whole hand of gust waves. So that's something, I guess. Probably I want to go Descendant. With Retrace and Arsenal, Descendant on hit, get a um, get a bond. Um, I don't have a great way to guarantee a hit off of that, so I'm just gonna block. I'm gonna live to fight another day. Alright, I can block 3 here, and then play Whelming and Arsenal Descendant. Seems straightforward. Patience. Patience is good. Oh man. That's information. The fact that he overblocked with 2 cards there. What's the on hit? On hit dominate. Or sorry, on hit gets a card. I think this is an opportunity. Bro, this is a real opportunity. Okay. Well, on an Ancestral, pulling Mugenshi is huge because as long I don't have any conditions on doing this, I will play. Should I just skip the Be Like Water? No, because I have Descendant. So, like, I want this to hit. Basically, I'm going to get to Bonds. With Bonds, I need to grab Whelming. What do we think here? It would be a real bluff on his part. To be holding a Dairy Act. I think this gets through, which is pretty big. Because then we have Lord of the Wind to pay for the thing that's over here. Oh no! That's fine. I think probably I want to do this. Even though it's not ideal, because I have Ancestral Harmony up, I can just, like, if I can go really wide, I can get so much extra damage. And then saving Lord of the Wind to be able to pay for a Lord of Wind could be big. Oh, I guess also I can use it for Katsu. What do I get off Katsu? Another Bonds? This. Definitely. Um, Yeah, I mean, if I can get another bonds. So with these two, off of Mask of Pouncing Lynx, I can get Retrace, but I think I need Gust Wave that. Off of this, I get Bonds. Now I can go Gust Wave, Bonds. I don't think I can pay for anything. I can't pay for this. Did I screw it up? Did I screw it up? Um, all of this works if I hadn't done, well, no, because I can't do the Katsu to get the bonds, but I'd rather do the Mugenshi, but I did it wrong. Here I am thinking I know my way around Katsu. I add a few new cards, and now I can't do the thing at all. Damn. Alright, he's gonna let me undo. I'm gonna fix this. Revert to the start of this turn. So, Ancestral. This. You got me. Cool. Cool. Break this. This. He blocked it. Cool. Then I hit him with the bonds. And I grab a Whelming. So I can't send this. Do I want to destroy Breeze Riders? Yes. Do I want to destroy Mask? Yes. And I don't necessarily want another Whelming if I can't get a Bonds, but can I get a Bonds with a Bonds? No, because I don't have Bonds. So, I want Do I want to use? No. Cool. Now I can play whelming. It has go again. Then I can play this. Pay for it like that. It doesn't hit. Okay. I guess if he keeps his whole hand, that doesn't work so good either. Damn. Alright, well, Katsu's so hard. That's all I can say. Like, I need to, like, get in the dojo, train. I'm gonna try and figure out, at the end of this turn, I'm gonna try and figure out a way to practice this, and I'm gonna add it to the video, and then I'm gonna come back and show some wins, because come on now. Okay, I got something I can do here. Kassai's generating gold and copper. Does that mean she's gonna summon some allies? These two should work together well. Uh, and then I'll probably just send this, and maybe I want to arsenal this, but probably I'll just use these to block. Uh, Save this for arsenal or for Katsu. Block here, it's only a 2 block, but that's how it is. Warriors kind of whip you around as a ninja. This is gonna get reacted to. 8 gold. No, 8 copper. 2 vigor. Glad I kept that to be able to pay for something. What might I get off the draw? They trying to double D-react me? Uh, yes, I would love to. I would love to. This is such a cool line. I still have Scar Apps too, so I can send this up one. That's a cool line. Happy about that. That puts a smile on my face. That looks like. Oh, no, there we go. Are you blocking 7? Probably. Probably. Right, 'cause you have to recognize that, yeah. Oh, nice. Surging Descendant, that's just live, except for that I can't pay for it. Damn. Although I guess I just pay for Surging with Descendant, and then if it hits, if it doesn't hit, I hope I get something that I need off of Ancestral. If it does, then I do the thing. Blood on her hands, big blood on her hands turn. This is frightening. If I block with an action, this gets +2. Like +1 now, +1 later, and it blocks for 2. If I block with if I discard a non-action, it gets plus nothing, but it doesn't, none of it gets blocked. But this blocks 3. Well, one of them blocks 3, this blocks 3. Provoke is such a good card on that turn. Damn. To be honest, I think I played that wrong because there's just I'm just like not using a combo at all here. Also interesting was maybe Descendant into Bonds, depending on what I could get with the Bonds. I got no starter here. So it might be blocking time once again. Probably just block with all three of these and send four. I can do Ancestral on this, but it might just be better as a blocking card because it doesn't trigger the Centauri Sabers. It's worth 3 value, whereas I guess you get the 1 value, and then as long as you draw into something. It doesn't have to go again. It's like heads up, no go again. 2 Surging Strikes, Ancestral Harmony. This is dope. This is, if I can survive this turn, then I can send a bunch of damage back. And it's a 3-card hand, so I think I can survive. If I do that, I'm gonna grab. What am I gonna grab with bombs? I don't have even 1 dishonor. Come on. Whiff. That sucks. But I guess whatever. I'll just get maybe Seek Vengeance. Probably Seek Vengeance. Because, oh no, because I don't have money to pay for the sword. Oh, but I can swing this and still get it back. Yeah, so Seek Vengeance goes for 5. Anything else goes for 4. At least I'll get tempo here. I mean, this is a pretty lucky. I survived this game to get to here. There's a chance. This thing's for 5. The next one's for 6. It's at least 3 value out of Ancestral Harmony. The breakpoints aren't worth much. This is 3. That's a nice thing to be able to block with. Damn. Oh, wow. I think I want to hold this because this doesn't have go again. Ugh, every time. This for 5. I can send it to 6, but that's not worth a whole lot. I guess that was a misplay, because I guess I should be sending Edge of Autumn because it's Kadachi Lock. I guess, well, he has Dynamo, so it's not really. Telegraphing a 0 for 4 react there. This looks like it's over for me. That whiff, because if that hadn't whiffed, maybe. How many whiffs? 1, 2. Did I hit the third? Yeah, I guess I used all 3. Maybe I blocked with 1 though. I don't think he's got reacts, right? Oh, he's got reacts.